Selecting the best Ferrari ever built is not an easy task, but somebody's got to do it, right? Here are the top 10 best Ferraris ever built. 1. The F40. We are kicking things off with the legendary F40. This car was created to commemorate Ferrari's 40th anniversary. Designed by Pininfarina, this swift berlinetta, little saloon in Italian, was primarily constructed using composite materials, offering a high-performance, turbocharged running gear in combination with a top-of-the-range chassis. In terms of performance, the Ferrari F40 was nothing short of a powerhouse, featuring a mid-mounted 2.9-litre twin-turbocharged V8 engine capable of producing an impressive 478 horsepower. It was widely believed those power figures were undersold, however, with many F40s being tested as having over 500 PS, 368 kW. At the time of launch, it was the fastest car ever made. It's thought by many to this day to be the ultimate analog supercar, even above the McLaren F1 and Ferrari F50 that came after it. 2. Ferrari Testarossa. If you have ever seen Miami Vice, you will fall in love with this car. The Testarossa is by far the most 80s Ferrari to make our list, with its angular design, pop-up headlights, and gill-like side air intakes. 7,177 units were built between 1984 and 1991, powered by a 4.9-litre longitudinally mounted flat 12, producing 289 kW and torque of 490 Nm. This potent powertrain allowed the Testarossa to accelerate from 0 to 62 km/h in 5.3 seconds, with an estimated 180 mph top speed. Some really hate the Testarossa's looks, but to our eyes, it oozes the very best 80s cool. On top of that though, hindsight has made us realize the Testarossa really is the good 80s supercar that's usable, comfortable, generally quite reliable and drivable on the road. 3. Ferrari F50. Although it may not have reached the same level of success as the F40, the Ferrari F50 remains a true marvel in the world of automotive engineering, showcasing Ferrari's unparalleled racing expertise and craftsmanship. The late 90s brought us the newer F50, upholding Ferrari's tradition of shedding all unnecessary frills and luxuries commonly found in other cars. Instead, it embraced a pure and raw F1-derived essence, featuring aerodynamics and construction closely aligned with the brand's ethos. The F50 packs a potent Tipo 040 derived 4.7-litre naturally aspirated V12 engine, delivering an impressive 513 HP and 347 pounds-feet of torque at 8,000 RPM. This powerful machine can go from 0 to 60 mph in a little over 3 seconds, with a top speed soaring up to 202 mph. 4. Ferrari 550 Maranello. The 550 Maranello, with its GTO-inspired stunning Pininfarina styling, long grand touring legs, and big-chested V12, was a revelation. It was considered a bit soft in its day, gradually being hardened up in subsequent 575 and 575 men models, but looking back, many loved the 550 for what it was. And it was something special, as not only the last manual-only V12-engined Ferrari, but the last manual-only Ferrari full stop. Again, it set the tone for a whole succession of steadily more mind-blowing V12-engined Super GTs to follow. 5. Ferrari F8 Spider. The supercar formula is exemplified by the 2022 Ferrari F8 Tributo and Spider. Ferrari's most powerful V8 ever, and handling that's like driving a superhero suit, are just some of the similarities between the two models. The F8's twin-turbo 3.9-litre twin-turbo engine, which produces 710 horsepower, contributes to exhilarating takeoffs and the impression that you're flying low to the ground. The convertible Spider and the hardtop Tributo have incredible power, a stout chassis, and a neck-straining cornering grip that drivers will have to work hard to get the most out of the vehicle. The 2022 F8's incredible performance and supercar pedigree are made even more impressive by its comfort and refinement, similar to commuter-friendly alternatives like the Porsche 911 Turbo and McLaren GT. The F8 Tributo and Spider are fueled by a twin turbocharged 3.9-litre V8 that delivers 710 HP and 568 pound-feet of torque. 7-speed automatic transmissions are standard on all models, which have rear-wheel drive. This Ferrari is an excellent choice, fast enough to leave a lasting impression. 6. Ferrari F430. There wasn't much internet activity in 2004, but this exotic automobile still made headlines when it debuted that year with its sheer all-round excellence. The Ferrari F430 borrowed from a familiar playbook by the Italian automaker, mid-engine, flat-plane crank V8, rear-wheel drive, and the choice of a manual or automated manual gearbox. And with its electronically controlled limited slip differential, it could flatter and challenge drivers in equal measure. Even its weakest link, the single-clutch F1 paddle shift transmission, was actually pretty good. Lunges of progress like this continued with the 458, but the 430 was the car to pick the ball up again after the 360 slightly dropped it. 7. Ferrari 45B Speciale. Unveiled in 2013 at the Frankfurt Motor Show, the 458 Speciale was designed as a high-performance variant of the already potent 458 Italia, with forged wheels, a vented bonnet, finned side sills, a taller rear spoiler, and front and rear movable flaps and other aerodynamic elements. Together, these aspects gave the Ferrari Speciale a distinctly muscular yet sleek appearance. In terms of performance, a revised engine produced 400 PS above at 9,000 RPM and 400 lb-ft of torque at 6,000 RPM, allowing the car to accelerate from 0 to 62 TF in 3.0 seconds. At the time of its launch, the 458 Speciale's power output of 153 p per litre set a world record for a road-going, naturally aspirated engine. Understandably, improved electronic systems were called for to deal with this level of power, while side-slip angle control (SSC) was introduced in order to improve car control on the limit. It is, undoubtedly, one of the greatest Ferraris of all time. 8. Ferrari LaFerrari. As a road-going gas-electric hybrid hypercar, the LaFerrari may be the most technologically advanced Ferrari of all time, road or race car, and its performance is mind-boggling. During a CD test carefully monitored by Ferrari at its Fiorano test track in Italy, a LaFerrari rocketed to 60 mph in 2.5 seconds and completed the quarter mile in 9.8 seconds at 150 mph. This is, by far, the quickest road-going Ferrari ever built. The 6.3-litre V12 heart of the LaFerrari sits just behind the driver's right ear and whumps out a stupefying 789 horsepower. But that's not really enough, so there's also an electric motor aboard that adds 161 horsepower to the mix. That's 950 total horsepower. Reflect on those numbers. This is a 950 HP Ferrari hybrid that reaches 150 mph in 9.8 seconds. Back in 1991, the Ferrari F4, itself a fearsome and great car, needed 13.5 seconds to reach only 130 mph. In 2003, the also glorious Ferrari Enzo required 10.3 seconds to reach 130 mph. Astonishing. In total, Ferrari built 500 coupes from 2013 through 2015. In 2016, the company announced the LaFerrari Aperta Roadster, of which 209 will be built so far. 9. Ferrari 250 GTO. The Ferrari 250 GTO is undeniably one of the most exquisite creations ever to emerge from the Ferrari factories. With only 36 units ever built, it's also one of the rarest. In 2018, a 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO was auctioned for $48.05 million, securing its position as the priciest car ever sold at an auction in history. However, in the same year, WeatherTech founder David McNeil discreetly bought this model through a private transaction, shelling out over $70 million, breaking the record for the highest auction price. Beyond the price tag, the Ferrari 250 GTO delivers a truly visceral driving experience, reminiscent of the 1960s 250 Testarossa race car, with a Colombo-designed 3.0-litre V12 engine, unleashing a thrilling 296 horsepower for pure enjoyment behind the wheel. 10. Ferrari 812 GTS. We know some people want to see the F12 on this list, but that car was only the start of the journey. Eventually, it would become the 812 GTS, a superfast, a stunning long-legged Super GT with the power of a hypercar. Its 6.5-litre V12 has all of 588 kDOTs at its disposal, and while that sounds like too much, the 812 deploys those numbers with decorum and hooliganism if you so wish. 200 mph is academic for a Grand Tourer with such potency. Then, Ferrari went and finished the job by popping the top, making it arguably the ultimate all-round Ferrari of the last 25 years. The noise, the quality, the luxury, the performance, the looks. It does it all, as the SWB and 250 GT California did over 60 years ago. Interestingly, the GTS weighs around 120 kilograms more than the 812 Superfast, but with a dry weight of 1,625 kilos, it barely puts a dent in the 812's extraordinary performance, sprinting from 0,62 minapajfov in less than 3.0 seconds, as stated by Ferrari, and rocketing from 0 do 124 bar-5 in a mere 8.3 seconds. Although it is slightly expensive, this car is worth every penny, and with such an extraordinary automobile, we come to the end of today's video. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and smash the notification bell for more updates. Thanks for watching.